Yo, what's going on? Juan, I'm not sure if people still call you Chato, but yeah, here from Toronto, Canada. And just gonna, take the opportunity to share with you what's been up, what's been going on, and really how this whole thing unfolded. First of all, man, I just wanted to just let you know how encouraging it is to hear from somebody from Australia, or someone from a friend of mine from the past, that the work of God in my life has actually reached. So yeah, I hope that this short story, the short testimony, is going to be encouraging to you and will actually draw you closer to Him and give you the same kind of transformation and hope that I've received and experienced. To answer your question, firstly, how did I even end up here? I was in a really bad place around 2007, as you may have remembered. You know, this is like post Malmesbury, post getting into all kinds of different things with different people, jumping from group to group. And I found myself not really having any more friends, probably because of the kind of life that I was living. And I know you know that I had quite a reputation at the time, and didn't really have anything going for me. I was really at the end of myself, and my mom asked me if I would go to if I was open to go to Canada and just visit my sister. And actually, when I first got on the gear, I confessed it to my sister, who was very gracious when she heard it. And so that just kind of gave me an opportunity to think that she might be cool to be with for a few weeks or a few months, because at that time that was the plan, just to go to Canada for a few months and just kind of take a pause from everything that was happening in Melbourne. And she brought me, and then so I went there, and then fast forward later, I actually ended up staying here. And actually, a year into my stay here, I actually found myself getting back into the same old thing, with the same type of people, and really at rock bottom once again. And I just found myself, I remember one time I was in just gonna keep it really candid for you, all right? Found myself in my basement apartment, just weeping to God, who I didn't know at the time, because of how messed up my life had become. I left Australia to make a new beginning, and found myself here doing the same thing. And then I met this group. I was a dancer at the time, remember? I don't do dance anymore, but I met a dance group that was they were supposed to be some faith-based Christian dance group, and to be honest with you, I thought it was really tacky. It was really kind of corny at the time, but I wanted to do something with myself because of how messed up my life was, and how much I wasn't doing anything with my life. And so I played along with them and did their prayer thing, and I was sold under this belief that if I was to follow along with what they were doing, that this God was going to honor that faith by giving us some kind of reward through dance, like, I don't know, like win a competition or something like that. So I was sold on that idea. And so I started opening my heart to this idea that there is a God. I really wanted to win this dance competition, or get somewhere and really like almost go back and just show old friends that, I wasn't such a complete mess up. And while that was a motive, I didn't know that God was really working in that situation for me. And we came to a point where we did do this big dance competition, and it didn't work out. We actually lost, and I was just so confused. And during that time, I was learning about God's word. I was learning about who He was. I was learning about grace and forgiveness. I was learning about that He actually existed, and He actually He exposed Himself. He shared Himself to me in a real way. And when I came into the end of that, where we didn't get what I thought He was going to give me, I found myself asking, if was it all of this about some silly dance, or did God had something else in store for me, and He was actually just seeking my heart ultimately. And long story short, that's kind of how it unfolded. I did have this one very strong encounter that kind of revealed to me that he not only was he real, not only was He there, but that actually He had a very important calling in my life. I don't know if you're aware of this dance style. It's called krumping. It's like actually it's a form of worship. It's an acronym, KRUMP, that stands for Kingdom Radically Uplifting Mighty Praise. And one time during a session, we were just krumping, kind of like freestyling with one another. I was in a bad place. I came from a few days of hardcore partying, maybe three or 4 days sleepless on some kind of amphetamine, probably meth. And I was already in this dance crew, just trying to do this dual life, pretending as though things are okay when I was still struggling with a lot of substance abuse. And I just felt really terrible that day. And while I was krumping, I didn't really want to participate, but I was there, and I almost needed to. And I just remember like a whisper in my mind saying that, just confess it, just tell Him you're sorry, and He's gonna forgive you. And so something inside of me just kind of said, I'm just so sorry. And not just sorry for what I did that weekend, but just so sorry for how I've been living my life. And literally, bro, and I'm not one to make these things up, because I thought it wasn't real to begin with. I just felt like this energy that started from my toe all the way up to my head, and I just dropped in the floor in the middle of all of the dancers, and I just started weeping, like on the floor, sobbing so intently, like I couldn't even breathe. I was just crying and crying, and I didn't know what came over me. And that was that moment. It was that moment. That was one of the powerful moments. And there was a whole lot of things that happened between then and now, that I'd really love to share with you if ever we get a chance to chat. But that's kind of it in a nutshell for now, man. And if you or anybody is hearing this and needs that encouragement, yeah, God is gracious to forgive those who will confess, if you come to Him through His Son, Jesus Christ. Peace.